Religion is all about manipulation. Why do I say that? We have our elections coming up again here in South Africa, and what was interesting is that our current president, President Zuma, in a press statement actually said that the people who will be voting for the ANC will be going to heaven, and that the people who will be voting for the opposition will be going to hell. So now, of course, the Christians are now all very upset about this, because they're saying that he shouldn't be saying such blasphemous things, and they want him to make an apology to the public and all that stuff. And what is very interesting here is that the one broadcaster said that all the Christians in the ANC should write a petition to their president and ask the president to apologize for such shocking blasphemy, because angels are not political beings. Isn't that very interesting? Now, why I'm sharing this is the fact that, you know, first of all, we're all still clinging to the idea of God, and that somebody of a higher power is taking care of us, and that if you don't live your life a certain way, you're going to go to hell. And yet we live in this world where clearly there is no God. Clearly we are directly responsible for all the suffering and abuse that is being allowed in this world in the name of the current money system, so that we can live and eat and take care of our families. But we are still, as humanity, we are, you know, accepting and allowing these excuses. And what is more fascinating is that, you know, here you have a perfect example of where religion is about playing on people's fears, manipulating people. South Africa is known for the political campaigns consisting of and existing on the basis of manipulation, fear, playing on people's fear. You know, the majority of the black population in South Africa are unemployed, are of a low income bracket, or are highly uneducated. So it's very easy, it's very easy for political leaders to play on and mind control, you know, your average intellectual person. Look at the entire world. Everybody believes what is being told to us through the media, through the religious people, through what we read in magazines, you know, as if it's true. Everything that people read and impulsed through the media, people will just believe. They won't actually look at this reality and see it for what it is, and do an equation of 1 + 1 = 2. Therefore, you know, if this happens and we allow this and we all do that, and I accept this within me, therefore everybody accepts this within themselves, then as humanity we accept certain things, and therefore abuse exists in this world. So nobody is willing to use very basic mathematics. You know, we're apparently such intellectual beings that we can do heart surgery, and we can build spaceships that go into space, and we can, you know, develop all this grand new technology, yet we are still not able to, with these higher intellectual abilities of the 21st century, we're still not able to do the basic mathematics of what we are actually accepting and allowing in this world, and how to bring about a solution. Because we know that the problem is the money system. If you do the maths for yourself, and you will see it for yourself, you don't have to believe us necessarily. You know, you can do it for yourself. So what one tends to do is you ignore everything, is what people tend to do. So this has now come down to the point where people can be manipulated and impulsed through the media, through those who control money. And here you have another example of where religion is being used to control people through the point of fear, the afterlife, death, what will become of my soul. You know, we still give value to things like money and everything that money stands for, the ego, pride, appearances, what I have, having more than the next person. Yet we still, at the same time, after all this time, since the Dark Ages, we still want to profess that we are spiritual, and that we are a good soul, and that we're going somewhere special. So man is actually very contradictory, and I mean, here, a political leader who is absolutely only in it for the power and to control, and everybody connected to him is only in the political arena for the money and the power, and they're abusing people through the fear of God and going to hell. And yet everybody that is reading this, who is reacting to it again from the point of, oh my God, you said something bad about my God and about my heaven, and you touched on my religion, and I won't accept and allow that, but I will accept and allow you to still allow a point where you can control me. I mean, that person was controlled through his belief in a God, through his belief in an invisible being in the sky, and through the belief that there is a heaven and a hell, even though nobody's actually gone there. I mean, no religious person has actually got any evidence of an afterlife, or that there is for sure any specific type of afterlife, a heaven that consists of, you know, masters and angels and deceased loved ones. Nobody's got actual proof of a hell. Nobody's actually come back from hell. Everything works on what has been presented symbolically from the Dark Ages through the church to control people, because they soon realized that the mind of man existed as symbols and imagery and fears connected to trigger points, meaning you see something, you experience something, you go into fear, or something will happen to somebody and they will die from an illness. So the church used all of those pictures, all of those symbols to connect the dots and create relationships for people and say, look, if you don't come and sit in church and pray to God, then next time illness comes around, your family is going to die. And that's how they built religion, and specifically Christianity. So here you have a very cool example of us accepting and allowing, first of all, the current governments that are in position, that are clearly in it for power. I mean, they're not doing what is best for all, and people are accepting and allowing that. And then they're accepting and allowing their governments to manipulate them even further by throwing the religious card at them. So I'm sharing this specifically, you know, to just point out specific trigger points within ourselves through which we are mind controlled. As soon as somebody can control you with a piece of information, you got to ask yourself the question, how did I allow this? Why do I continue to allow myself to accept the point of the afterlife as that which I'm focused on, while I accept and allow abuse? I mean, his statement of, if you vote for me, you go to heaven, you vote for the other guy, you go to hell, shouldn't concern any of these voters, because we're already accepting hell for the majority of the beings that live on this planet. So we are already living the motto of, you live with me on this planet, you don't have money to protect yourself, sorry, you're going to hell. You live in my hell that I'm creating for you because I'm chasing money. And I'm protected by money, and I will do whatever it takes to protect myself with money. If you have money like me, you're in heaven. So the political leaders, I mean, Christians can't react to this, because you're doing it already to every being on this planet.